Hi, everybody. Welcome to My Other's Keeper. Well, it's just me. Hang on. There we go. Sorry, I just had to look at a message there. Yes, this evening's chat was supposed to be with a young lady named Veda to talk about her journey with addiction and how she basically just pulled herself out. And unfortunately, she was unavailable, and I found out very last minute. So, hi, it's just me. If you want to come on and chat, we can all just have a good old sit down and visit. So yeah, hi Todd, hi Indigo, hi Crystal. Nice to see y'all here. Yeah, I would love to be able to just visit with you. Let's see, today has been a bit of a heavy day in this house. Yes, I would still love to talk, Todd. And 7 years ago today, my stepdad died, my papa. And he was just, he was the best stepdad I could have asked for. He and my mom met when I was 18 years old, and they got married before I turned 19. And he knew that my mom and I had this really strong connection. And so when he met me, it was after they had gotten engaged. But it was sorry. It was after they'd gotten engaged, but not long after. It was like maybe a week later. And I was living in a basement suite, and it was this cute little suite. And he pulled me aside. My mom was in the living room. He pulled me aside and said, "Honey, I know that your mom and I are going to get married, and she is going to be my wife. But would you do me the honor of being my daughter?" And it's like, okay, as long as you take care of her, I'd be very happy to be your daughter. And from that time on, he and I had a pretty special relationship. It's kind of awesome. Grief never ends. It just changes shape. That's right. Yeah. The cool things about my stepdad dying, there's a few things that are, it may sound weird, but it's kind of cool. He had Alzheimer's for quite a number of years. And in the last year or so of his life, he was in a nursing home, and he was basically just not really knowing what was going on in general. Hang on, I should turn on my ears. He just not knowing what was going on in general. And that wasn't the cool part. The cool part was that after he got sick in the nursing home that one time, they wanted to take him off of all of his medications. So I have to turn off ears from the phone and turn it on to my computer. Took him off all of his medications, and he just, there, can you hear me now better? I hope so. Anyway, they took him off all of his medications, and he ended up just being back. he came back to us. He knew who everybody was for the last 3 weeks or so of his life. He knew who he was. He knew who we were. He knew who Mom was. And all of these things he had already forgotten. And so they were very special to be able to have that back. So each one of us kids was able to have some alone time with him while he was in the hospital. We talked about whatever we wanted to talk about with him. My sister introduced him to her fiance, who is now her husband. And the rest of us, I don't think we even ever talked about what each of us talked about alone with him. We basically just made sure there was nothing unsaid. And so when he died, after that 3 weeks or so, hey, Daniel, nice to see you. It truly was a celebration of life. It wasn't he put the fun in funeral. No. Okay. He wasn't mourned in the same way that it would have been had we not all been able to be together with him as a true 100% family. Before he died, before his funeral, before he was sick at the end, I felt like, yeah, he was my papa, but his sons were definitely his sons. And my sister was definitely my sister. And this grief, this whole time of healing as a family, of getting together, in my heart, I felt connected, finally, with my brothers. And I can honestly say they are my brothers. They are 3 of the most wonderful, kind, gentle men I know. And yes, they're all married. So no, ladies, you can't have them. But they insisted that my sister and I took part in the eulogy. And in that eulogy, the boys each took a section of their growing up years that my sister and I would have had no idea about. Then my sister, who's older than myself, she took part of the years later on in his life. And me, I just okay, I can tell you a little bit about, what he was like to me, but let me tell you who he was to the family. So I talked about him having tea parties with my little girls. He worked in Libya, so as an electrician. So he went to the desert with his toenails painted red because his other granddaughter, my brother's daughter, painted them red. And he very proudly had red toenails in the desert. Most of my siblings had lived in the same yard as my parents, for a period of time. And he would take them out on the 4x4 or the side-by-side ATV kind of thing. And he would just drive them around the yard. And so while he was at work, he was at work. He wasn't around. But when he was home, he was home. He had nothing but time for us all. And that was the biggest blessing that this man could have given us. He was a faithful, kind, just an integral part of who I know is a good man. He just was a good man. He had integrity. His yes was yes and his no was no. And that's not something I grew up with. So to be able to see it modeled in somebody who was such a big bear of a man kind of thing was just so cool. So now that I've brought everybody down, let's lift us all up. Let's welcome to the stage Matrix Rabbit and Crystal. Hey, y'all.
Hi.
Hey,
Can you
How you
hear
doing?
me?
I can hear you.
Hi, Crystal. Hi, Kim. Hi,
You
kind of-
everybody.
you're kind of quiet, Todd.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to go to sleep, so
Oh, go to sleep, my bud. Don't
Oh.
worry about.
I can't. That's the problem.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So I might as well talk to you because I'm gonna be awake anyway.
Awesome. So why is it you're having a hard time sleeping today?
I still got problems with my stomach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I've been catching a cold lately, so I'm living on Dayquil, so it's like NyQuil but the day version.
Yeah. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, I'm speaking louder.
Yes.
Can you guys hear the vacuum in the background for me?
Nope.
No.
That's good. This is the last day that I have my yard guy to come and help before
Oh,
he goes on paternity leave. So
right.
Where are the kitty cats?
Oh, they're probably in their lap.
Leo is right there,
Hey, Leo.
Yeah.
and Patches is doing her own thing right now.
Awesome.
They both got a little excited when they started hearing the guy come and start moving around,
Mhm.
getting him to pick up the leaves and get everything cleaned up. And he
Mhm.
mowed my lawn for the last time of the season yesterday. So
Yeah, you're probably not going to need it again after that. Yeah.
no, I don't usually get it mowed even after the beginning of September. But
Ah.
because I'm going to be putting this thing on the market hopefully very soon
Let's hope.
again,
Yeah.
I got to get it looking a little bit nicer than I can deal with it.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, having to do all of that work on your own, man, that's a lot of work. I know I wouldn't be able to do it all on my own, that's for sure.
I used to be able to do it all, but medically I can't anymore. My body won't let me.
Yeah.
I can't do that stuff anymore either.
It's frustrating, isn't it? Like knowing that our bodies are like rebelling.
Well,
We
that's
used to be so
why I do the art stuff and the craft
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I've got a show coming up or an art sale coming up sometime in the not terribly distant future. It's a Christmassy one. So I've been making some more hair accessories. So jaw clips with 2 different sides that match. And so there's this guy like that. And then barrettes like that. I think this one's my favorite. I really like the colors in this and the patterns in this one. So yeah,
What are you
that's
making
what I've been
them
messing
out of?
around with.
What are you making
Pardon?
them out of? What are you making them out of?
I can show you actually. I have a book full of paint skins. So this is the drippings off of the paintings that I do,
Gotcha. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have a book full of those. And then I take, for example, if I'm doing a large barrette, like the one I just showed you. So I have the barrette backing, and then I have these glass little half moon type things. And let's see.
Well, I keep
So,
seeing molds for like the Brett tops.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and
These
I've
ones
been,
are glass
yeah, I've been thinking
rather than
about
resin.
maybe, yeah, I've been thinking maybe trying that.
You should. They'd be really pretty with some, say, little flowers molded into them or something like that. You can get these itty bitty dried flowers, little flecks of gold, something like that, just to make them
Well,
really pretty. I think would
yeah,
be very nice.
well, I got all kinds of glitter. I got
Yeah.
purple glitter. I got red glitter. I got chunky glitter. And that's not the problem. I like bright colors, so I figured they would sell just
Nice.
because of that.
Yeah.
I got these really like vivid inks right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I already made dominoes out of them. They came out pretty cool.
Cool. Dominoes. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I make dominoes. I make chess sets, Scrabble sets. There's
Scrabble.
yeah. I make the
Cool.
pieces. I make the pieces. I can make the dice. I can make D&D dice.
Yeah, I've seen your
I
D&D
make
dice. Those are really neat.
I make the tiles. I make the tile
Okay.
holders. Like I make everything.
So I'm you got me with the Scrabble stuff because I have this huge Scrabble board and it's just regular style or size Scrabble tiles, I believe. But they are they're just
Worn
the
out.
regular ones.
They're worn
Yeah, it's
out.
like no, they're not actually. They're in really nice shape, but to have something custom would be so cool.
um,
So cool.
Let me find the mold for the board. I know where the tiles are. I need to find the
Okay.
mold for the board and for the the tile holders.
Okay.
I got them in totes, so I just gotta go dig through them.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I got a lot of molds. I mean, I got molds that I buy, which I'm always buying. I buy 2 or 3, sometimes like 10. I get paid, and
Wow.
then when my mom gives me money for like Christmas and stuff, I just buy molds with it. And then I had people who send me molds.
Yeah.
I had a friend who was sending me molds for free, and then she got mad because I couldn't buy something for $10 and blocked me, and that was that.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah. Izzy sent me a couple molds,
Oh.
and Moni sent me a bunch of molds from Timu and Shamu or whatever the other one is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Misha wants to know, Todd, have you made an Alice chessboard yet?
I have to find I have to find the artwork for that.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on what you wanted. I mean, if you wanted like the Queen of Hearts and
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I know, like versus the Jack of Spades or something like that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that would be an easy board to do. I could probably paint that and just,
And
I
that's
mean,
resin over it.
well, I have to make the top of the board, paint it, and then do like a clear coat on the top of it,
Oh,
or
okay.
paint the individual squares just to seal it all and make sure it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, that would be a fairly easy board to do. And then if you want like artwork in the squares, then we're talking, we gotta find the artwork first.
Well, let me show you my Scrabble board. Isn't that fun?
Oh,
It's
that
got
looks
all
like
the
one.
things.
Looks like it's from like 70s.
No, it's actually a 50th anniversary edition.
Oh,
And it's
look at that.
on a spinner. So it spins around. It turns anytime you need to change to do a turn. It just turns. But what I love most is it has these little things that hold the tiles where they need to be. They don't slide all over the board. So anyway, I would love to get a set of tiles that would kind of match the board. Would be very cool. What would you charge to do something like that, my friend? Oh,
On my back.
you're back.
My board is smaller than that.
Oh, okay. I think it's about the same size. It's just because each one has like a 16th of an inch little barrier between each of the tiles in all directions. That just adds to the size. So
Yeah,
like
no,
each of these is a little.
mine's like take like the first top 3 rows from all the way around, and that's about the size of my board.
Ooh, you
And,
got itty bitty board.
well, it's not. I mean, it's big, but it's not. It's not that big.
Okay.
At least I don't think. I'll send you. I'll send you a picture of the mold versus if I can find the one I already made.
Okay.
I'll send that to you.
Okay.
I did like I was trying to do like purple and blue and like make clouds and stuff. Just kind
Right.
of all blended together. I mean, it still looks cool, just not the way I envisioned it.
Yeah. I'm just measuring the tile, and the tile is 19 millimeters by 21 millimeters. Yeah.
Inches.
No. When you're talking about something that size, it needs to be millimeters.
Okay.
Because if you're talking inches, it would be, oh gracious, inch. About 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, by just over. Oh, let's see.
These are 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, those are little. Those are very little. Okay.
Well,
So it's
it's a lot. The tiles aren't that much resin. The board, that's a lot of resin.
that would be a lot of resin.
Well, it's pretty thick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So at least like I'm gonna say it's a 1/2 inch thick all the way through.
Oh wow. That's a lot of resin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that'd be heavy.
It's not. It's not. Compared to a wood one, it's not that heavy.
I suppose, yeah.
It's pretty light, actually.
Okay.
No, my chessboards, those 3/4 an inch.
Mm-hmm.
Those are heavy.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I have glue on my face right here. How did I get glue on my face? We're talking like crazy glue. It's not even just like wood glue. Ouch.
Yeah, alcohol.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't have that much vodka.
No, I mean like rubbing alcohol.
I know. Yeah.
It'll take it right off and won't peel your skin with it.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if that would work for the surfaces of my cabochons. I use a knife to scrape off the glue, the excess glue, kind of like scraping a window. So I wonder if that would work.
Is it water based? The glue is water based?
It's Gorilla Glue. So whatever base is Gorilla Glue.
So it's foam. It's foam glue. That's the kind of stuff like when I was doing insulation, like the wires and stuff. It was like a spray foam.
Right.
And when it hardened, it looks just like Gorilla Glue.
Oh, okay.
But it would harden and make sure the wires wouldn't go anywhere. We do the same thing for pipes.
Mm-hmm.
There is like a gap in the wood. We put it in there.
Yes, yeah. The Gorilla Wood Glue does foam up really kind of cool.
Hmm.
This is their gel
The only
glue.
thing I can say, well, I mean, alcohol is a solvent.
It is.
Any solvent should take that stuff off. I would
Oh.
try alcohol with like like for glasses, the or like for your face if you wanted to
Mhm.
like put witch hazel on it or something, the
Mm.
pads.
Mhm.
Put it on there and then try to get them off. Because it's not gonna scratch them.
Okay, it says contains ethyl cyanacrylate. So that's whatever would.
I'm thinking any solvent should take care of it.
Okay, thank you. That's good to know. Okay.
I know like basic chemistry.
Basic chemistry is about as much chemistry as I know. So yeah. So
I know pool chemicals, and that's about it.
I
Yes.
used to play with gunpowder when I was a kid. So
Oh my!
Okay.
Wow.
we
Okay.
we were out on the farm.
Mhm.
We had access to it. We we had enough electrical tape and like toilet paper tubes
Yeah.
to
Make little bombs.
make bombs.
Yeah.
And then we would figure out wicks for them. Some were quicker than others. Oh yeah. Those are the really fun ones because you're halfway to where you want to be when the thing goes off, and it goes off. Nobody ever really got hurt. I mean,
you just walk around like this every now and then, just your.
no, nobody lost any fingers. Nobody lost
Okay.
any toes. Nobody lost an ear.
Okay.
I did have a friend who was he got a BB gun for Christmas.
Did he put his eye out?
Yes, he did.
No way.
Oh no.
Yes, he did. He
Oh,
was. We all called him Ralphie after the movie.
of course. Of course.
And I mean, the movie came out like years afterwards, and we were like, everybody said, "Hey, I'm like, hey, Ralphie," and they're like, and he was just every time he's like, "That's cold, man.
Yeah,
That's really cold."
exactly.
I go, "Yeah, but it's really funny."
It is, yeah.
Because somebody somewhere is gonna be like, "Why do everybody call you Ralphie?" And then he's gonna have to explain it to them.
I have no idea. It's a mystery to me.
Well,
Yeah.
he didn't get like the like the glass eye or whatever they're using now. Probably
Oh,
using acrylic. That's
yeah.
what I would use.
Yeah.
Until he was like in college.
Oh, wow. Okay. You can get really nice eyes now, like really, really natural looking eyes.
His parents had really good insurance, so I mean,
Nice.
you couldn't tell unless you knew.
Okay. Unless you knew.
Yeah, and we still called him Ralphie after that.
Okay, so now it would make more sense as to why do they call you Ralphie. If you actually had an eye patch, somebody might clue in.
Oh no eye patch. Just he had glasses, and he just had like a black piece of cardboard.
Okay.
Or construction paper or something. Yeah.
Something in there. Oh
Yeah.
man. So what's new with you this week, Crystal?
Well, I've been off yesterday, today, and I have tomorrow off.
Okay.
Because Monday was Canadian Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Really?
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
I didn't know Canada had its own Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
Because our harvest is usually done long before your guys' is.
Yeah.
So that's why
that would be
we
true
have it
because
earlier Thanksgiving.
You guys are more north.
Yeah.
And some people like to have geese for their Thanksgiving dinner, and geese are on their way back to down south.
Yep. They're just in the process of migrating now.
They're
Yeah.
smart. They know.
Oh, yeah.
They know if they go down there, nobody's gonna shoot at them.
Well, let's put it this way. When I go out to go to work in the mornings right now, there's, yeah, across, okay, there's a street and then there's what we call Railway Avenue and then a little bit of an open field and then our town lagoon. And the geese are just full on there right now.
Oh, wow.
And they're loud at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, are they ever? For sure.
It's a beautiful sound. But we're
It's
right on the
cacophony.
migration.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're right on the migration route.
absolutely. Yeah.
I've had goose before, but not wild goose.
Okay,
and
I have
it just-
had wild goose before.
To me, the goose just tasted like dark meat chicken.
That's very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the
'Cause
breast
we-
part, which is white on a chicken, is still pretty. It still has that slightly gamier. I don't know how to describe that flavor besides gamey.
Well,
Um,
it's a little bit
Yeah.
oilier because of the
Much oilier.
Yeah.
Yes.
well, because how their feathers work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're able to cut out the oil glands when you're doing the butchering. And my dad knew how to cut them out properly so that the oil didn't get onto the actual
Really?
skin of the birds in the processing of
Yeah,
that.
it's like blowfish. If you don't know how to clean a blowfish, you'll kill somebody.
That's right.
Yeah.
So indigo goose would be a lot like duck, very similar to duck, but
Yeah.
bigger and
Gamier.
depends on the time of year. Yeah, a little gamier. Depends on the time of year. It could be tougher. So yeah,
Well, there's a lot of parks here, right? Like
Yeah.
national parks. I mean, yeah, we had 2 wars fought in Pennsylvania.
oh,
Revolutionary War and then the Civil War.
okay.
So there's a lot of parks here. And the animals are
Yes.
smart, especially deer.
Ah,
And when hunting season is coming up real quick, I think it's November 1st.
okay.
I
Yeah,
mean, around here, it's a holiday
yeah.
because everybody first day of deer season with the rifle, everybody goes out and tries to get
For
one.
sure.
But
sure.
the deer are smart and they go into the parks. There's so many
Yep.
deer in these parks now that they're starting to destroy them.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
Pennsylvania is actually for the first time in like probably the 1700s, they're gonna open it up, see that we could take care of, at least 90% of the deer population.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is if you have too many deer, people think, oh, big deal. It's just deer. They don't hurt
Oh,
anything.
Well,
Well,
when they
more-
run out of the grass and stuff, they need to go chuffing up the soil to get the insects and grubs and whatever else they can find.
Yep.
I mean, it's just
And-
like there's a big wild boar problem down south. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
there
what they're
is here in
doing.
southern Saskatchewan as well.
Yeah, they're digging up and destabilizing the ground around them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And down in New Orleans, the nutria, the big tooth rats they got down there.
Ew.
Well, they live around water. They're kind of like a beaver, but they got much bigger teeth.
Oh,
But-
muskrat.
No,
No?
look up a nutria. It doesn't look like it looks like a rat with really really long buck teeth. But they dig up the riverbanks looking for grubs and stuff like that, and they're having like a big sinkhole problem in the swamps.
Uh-huh.
So, and it's coming closer and closer to land. So
Okay.
they don't need the erosion because they got their own problems already. Now some of them
Okay,
holes in
so
the swamp are like 300 feet deep.
all right, so I've Googled it, and it says the nutria or koipu is an herbivorous semi-aquatic rodent from South America. So if it's up there, then somebody brought them, and they have just like the
Yeah.
Well, they don't have any predators.
that's right, like the wild boar, they just have blasted off. Classified for a long time as the only member of the Myocastridae, Myocasters has since been included with the, and it doesn't matter, it's a spiny rat.
They have a really big teeth. You see the teeth on it, right?
Yeah. And actually
Yeah.
now I'm looking Ontario, so a part of Canada. Ontario actually goes far enough south as to be the same latitude as Northern California. So
Mhm.
there are parts of Canada that are still within that United States latitude. And yeah, they've got them there now too.
Yeah, there's a street in Canada where half the street is the United States, the other half of the street is where Canada starts.
That's right. Yep.
And if you cross the street, the Canadian guys will come get the customs guy will come get you.
Oh,
And
wow.
because you're illegally immigrated.
Oh
Yeah.
Tell me
my.
you have at least got some sort of a Nexus card or something like that, like the Easy Pass.
I don't live there, so I don't know. I just know about the street because
Oh,
it's a
wow.
weird fact about the United
Okay.
States and Canada. Anything
Well,
weird, I know.
we have a city between Alberta and Saskatchewan, and half of it is in Alberta, half of it's in Saskatchewan. And there is a line that goes right down, not the middle of it, but there's that border line. On one side is Kentucky Fried Chicken, the other side has like a Pizza Hut or something like that. I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah, but
my girls,
they're owned by the same company,
yeah, they are. And
along
it's
with
American.
Taco Bell and
Dairy
they
Queen.
they got a bunch of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in the
Yeah.
90s when Dairy Queen and everybody started failing, they just went over and bought everybody up.
Absolutely. Yep. That's right.
Hey, it's
Oh,
smart. It's smart business. I mean, it's one way to diversify your food empire.
that's right. Misha says, "Oh, Todd, you're so weird, and I love it." Yes, we all love it.
We,
I
do you
We love
know,
actually,
weirdness here.
do you know the difference between Kellogg's Frosted Flakes and Post Toasties?
No,
Nothing. It's the same manufacturing. When
really.
Kellogg's had a monopoly on cereal in the
Wow.
1800s. We was the first guy to come up with it, and he
Ooh.
came up with a reason for it.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Kellogg had like a whole resort where you come and he would design your meals and everything, and you would tell him what's wrong, and he would try to fix it through
really?
diet and exercise, basically. Yeah,
Interesting.
his brother ran all the business stuff.
Okay.
He just came up with the cereal and he was the face of it. That was it.
Huh.
So they had these special rollers they had made for Kellogg's, right?
Yeah.
For the Frosted Flakes. Well, they're
Mm-hmm.
um well William Post worked for Kellogg's and
Oh.
he got fired.
Oh no. So I started the
Yeah,
competing company.
so he started a competing company. The
Yep.
the Kellogg's factory burned down, but these things were made out of metal, so they didn't burn. Okay, and he went to the insurance company and says, "I want the rollers." And he wrote him a check. He got the rollers and he put them in there. There's no difference between the two. It's the same
Wow.
manufacturing process.
Oh my goodness. And it's Frosted Flakes and what is it by Post?
Post Toasties.
Post Toasties. They don't have those in Canada.
No,
So no, I'm not familiar with those ones.
Well, I mean, he was in. Where was he? He was up north.
Mm,
Maybe Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, maybe somewhere in there. That's where all
okay.
they had. That's where all the snake oil salesmen had their. They had 'em-
That's where
well,
Tommy
no,
comes from.
They had them up in the mountains.
Yeah. Okay.
Most of them are up in the mountains, higher elevation. It's easier to breathe. It's the reason why they
Okay.
sent everybody to Colorado when they had tuberculosis in the late 1840s to like 1940 when they came up with the cure for it.
Okay.
And a lot of it was carried because of the spittoons
Thank
they had
you.
everywhere. They had to yank them out of everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Something. I'm just going to show you. I had my husband pop by and bring these. Something else that I've been doing is making Christmas ornaments.
You've been like hydro dripping?
Nope. Pouring. You just
Corn?
pour over.
Cool. Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
I seen some people doing the hydro dip. I don't think I'm as talented as they are, but I would like to try it once.
Yeah. But I love the way they've turned out. They just are
Yeah.
so
It's like tie dye without the tie dye.
exactly. This one's one of my favorites.
Yeah, when the white comes out wispy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's been keeping me busy these last few days in particular. But yeah. Yep.
You're not crocheting, Crystal. You're usually crocheting.
Yeah.
I'm taking a break right now. So
All right. That's fair.
I sometimes need to do that.
Yeah.
So
Break schmake. Who needs a break?
My mom does crochet and make blankets and stuff for people.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Usually they have to buy the yarn and she'll make it.
Yep.
that's the hard part because I only use a certain type of yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, so does she, but every once in a while somebody, wants the big fat yarn.
Yep.
So, I mean, she's got the hooks to do it. I mean, she's been doing it for, I don't know how long. She's been making it my whole life, let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's been a minute.
yeah, I think
You're
she's
younger
been,
than me, aren't you?
I'm
You're still in your
53.
40s?
No, I'm
Oh,
53.
no. Okay, you're older than me then. When was your birthday?
Oh, it's in January.
Okay, so you're almost exactly a year older than me. Because
Yeah,
I'll be 53 in March.
yeah, and I'll be 54 in January.
Okay. All right.
Earlier I saw Indigo. You asked if I was moving. I've been in the process of packing for over a year now.
Yeah.
In last fall, I started filling out paperwork to get on for government housing, and I submitted my papers in January, and finally by the end part of May, which is when I wanted to be out of my trailer, they finally told me that they had a place for me. Unfortunately, it was going under renovations right away, so I've had to wait. Renovations are supposed to be finished by the end of October, but we all know how renovations go.
And they haven't gotten in touch with you yet. So I mean, like they have to give you more than 2 weeks notice, right?
Well,
how
okay,
else are you supposed to move?
I reached out to them right at the very end of September, and when they got back to me, they said, "We will let you know as soon as we know." Is pretty much what they said.
Alrighty.
Do you guys follow true crime?
Yes.
Have you been watching the Sarah Boone trial?
Oh yeah.
Next, denied. This is what I don't get about her, right? She's on trial for second-degree murder.
Yep.
The max she gets like 22 years. They
Yeah.
offered her like 10.
Yeah.
And
10. She would have been out in 5.
She's already been in for 5.
She's been in for 4. Yeah.
Well, 4 years and like 9 months. I mean, it's almost 5
Oh,
years.
wow. Is it that close?
She's gone through 10 lawyers, including herself.
Yep.
She's on her like 11th lawyer.
Yep. Yeah. No, I've been watching that. That's been kind of fascinating here.
Well,
Yeah,
but
Crystal
she's
doesn't
worried
tend to
about.
get into true crime.
Well, she's worried about. She petitioned for hair and makeup, snacks.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, her lawyer, when he goes up there, he looks mortified when he comes back. Like somebody.
Oh yeah. I
just
can't
took
believe
his-
I have to do this.
Yeah, like Sarah just like took his manhood and put him in her pocket and said, "Here, you can have him back now."
That's right.
I
Go
mean-
ahead, just wait. We'll hold them for a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, though, he volunteered to be her lawyer. She put an ad out saying,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is what I want in a lawyer. This is what you have to be able to do. Anybody interested? Let me know. And he volunteered, or he applied to be this lawyer. He's like, yeah, I think I can do that. So he knows what he got himself into.
Well, here the thing about this guy is that there's somebody has to be voted in for to run the public defender's department. That's what this guy used to do.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, he was voted in, and
Right.
so he has to be a pretty good lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
People give.
he hasn't really impressed me yet. This is a guy I think he wants to be like Mark Garagos.
Do you
the
know
guy
what I think?
Trying to get the Menendez brothers out right now.
Well,
And he's probably going to do it.
yes. Yeah. What I think is happening is I think she is telling him throw everything at them and let them sort it out. But the judge is like, no, we're not going to have that. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, but
So-
they did get him on a couple of discovery violations.
A couple, but I mean, come on.
Well, if
You know,
that
like,
keeps
it's just
but if that keeps happening, we're gonna have a Baldwin situation. She's gonna walk right out.
can't
If
see
it's
it.
hey, it happens every day.
Oh man.
Any defense lawyer will tell you, well, not tell you, but any prosecutor will tell you they will try to stack the deck. And if they
Oh yeah, civil defense.
if the defense doesn't know about something, then they won't give it to them. And that's why, they come back and you get discovery violations. And if they're egregious enough, that they walk out. I
Yeah.
heard that they're going to try to get Baldwin again. I'm like, his lawyers
Not
are
allowed.
too good. Well, his lawyers are
Nope.
too good. Well, no, there is a way they can do it. They can appeal
Really?
it. They can appeal it. They can overturn the ruling, and then go after him again. They do it all the
He
time.
was dismissed with prejudice, which means you cannot go after him again.
Yes, you can.
Really?
And if you can't do it in state court, you can take it to a federal court. and
I
you
think
get
that's how
them
they would
flip
have to
it.
do it.
Well, it still has to go through the state court, state Supreme Court, before you can go up into any higher jurisdiction. Still has to work its way up.
Okay.
So, yeah, but no, yeah, there's a way they can do it.
Yeah. Well, that's what Mish is just asking. How does that work with double jeopardy?
You
And that's what I'm saying.
You can argue around double jeopardy. Anytime that they bring, like, if it's not a hung trial, say somebody gets acquitted, right? Sometimes they get that verdict set aside, and then they can go after him again. Because once that verdict is set aside, there is no double jeopardy. He's just a regular guy again, and they go after him.
Interesting.
They did it twice with Fatty Arbuckle.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Well, everybody
Huh.
thought he was guilty, and he had 3 trials, and they never convicted him. But by
Oh
then,
man.
by then it was the damage was done to his career. He never made another
Oh
film
yeah.
after it. And
Oh
this guy
yeah.
was the highest grossing film star at one point.
Who is this?
Fatty Arbuckle.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
it's like Charlie Chaplin days,
Yeah.
way back. I mean, we're talking
Yes.
like Charlie Chaplin, Fatty Arbuckle, a couple.
Groucho Marx and
Oh no, this is before them. This is
oh,
like Buster Keaton,
there we go.
Bus
That's the one I was thinking.
Rudolph
Yes.
Valentino. I mean, Charlie
Yeah.
Chaplin got in when it
Silent
was
Days.
it was still silent, and it was a nickel
Yeah.
to go
Yeah.
and the movies were only like 15 minutes long at that time.
Yeah.
So they had really high turnover. Wasn't
man.
until the 1900s that the film cameras got a lot better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then
Yeah.
by the 30s we had talkies, and it's been
Mhm.
talkies ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, talkies ruined Rudolph Valentino's career.
They did.
He had a high
Yes.
squeaky voice.
What do you
He did.
mean? I have no idea what
Hey.
you're talking about.
Exactly. He had a high squeaky voice, so yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and there was a lot of women that were in love with that man. I'll tell you that much.
Till they heard his voice.
Till they heard his voice. Well, I mean, he was
poor
only
guy.
he was only like 5 foot tall. He's
Really?
he's a really short guy. Like
Wow.
Tom Cruise. He's
Yeah.
like 5'6".
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone's I think he's like 5'7".
Mhm.
I mean, I thought these guys were like 6 foot tall.
No. No. No, they just have really big personalities.
Well, the one time I really noticed how small Sylvester Stallone was
Mhm.
was in Cobra,
Oh,
the movie Cobra.
yes.
It's before he got really beefy. But he
Right.
got pretty beefy for Rocky, but he didn't
Yes.
maintain that.
No, he did not.
He didn't start maintaining that until like Rocky 3.
Something like that. Yeah.
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 Well, he's going up Mr. T, and Mr. T was jacked at the time.
Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. So Misha's working on a silent movie as we speak. As far as editing goes, it's 2.5 hours long. Wow. That's impressive. And hi, Sandy. Nice to see you here.
Well, it's kind of impressive because silent movies are only like 10 minutes long.
Yeah. Well, Misha has been putting together a song and then a video for my intro and outro. Oh, the girl's got talent. The girl has got talent, let me tell you. And she's been putting in a whack of work. Like, man, just, I can't imagine how tedious the process must be, but then how fun it is once you actually see some results coming out.
Oh,
So,
it's fun. Well, for me, it's fun recording.
yeah.
I'm actually a musician, so.
Yes. Yes, you are.
I play guitar and bass. Well, I play bass and guitar.
Okay.
Bass is my main instrument.
Ah, all right.
I've been playing that for 19. I'm gonna be 54, so long time.
Okay. Yeah. So what, 35 years, something like that?
40.
Sound right? 40?
It's like 40 years. Somewhere.
I thought you said you started when you were 19.
Okay, 30 years. 37 years.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not good at it. I was told there was going to be no math.
Well, I just thank my fingers. I've always been able to count on them. So, you know.
Yeah, fingers and toes, anything above that. No.
That's right. Yeah. Well, actually, I can do sign language, so I can count to 999 on one hand.
Can you do 999 bottles of beer in the wall?
I could if I wanted to. So 99 bottles of beer on the wall. I don't know how to sign bottles of beer. I don't know how to sign beer. My goodness, I'm thoroughly disgusted with myself not knowing how to sign
Why?
various alcoholic beverages.
Why? It doesn't come up every day.
That's right. Well, not some people it would, but not for me. Yeah.
I mean, you could just sign, the letters.
Yeah. So a bottle of BEER on the wall. Anyway.
What happened to Crystal?
Chances are we were talking about things that she did not have any way of adding to it. So when that happens, she will frequently just bow out.
I'm sorry.
So no, that's okay. We're having a good chat.
I feel bad.
Don't feel bad. That's okay. That's okay.
No, I've been recording people for a long, long time, so it's fun in the recording process because you can do anything you want.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I wasn't beholden to anybody except for the band, so we used to do some freaky cool stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Well, when you don't have a lot of money, you have to figure out different ways to
That's
get the
right.
effects you want without
Yep.
actually having to go out and buy them.
See, they say that necessity is the mother of invention. I would say broke. Broke is the mother of invention.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. No, seriously.
And Crystal says, don't feel bad, Todd.
Well, I do.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, being able to kind of create, like I would say that doing my jewelry and doing my painting and stuff like that is cheaper than therapy, but it's not. It is not an inexpensive process. So
No, it's not cheaper than therapy.
no.
I would say because once you get serious about it, it gets pretty expensive pretty quick.
Oh, here we go. Kim didn't like the freaky cool stuff of one of our options for her video. I don't blame her. I was freaked out too. She had the choices of having somebody who is a very little animated 2D animated thing, or something that actually looked like a human being. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm watching her do these things, and it kind of freaks me out when she only gets 4 toes. Just yeah, it was a bit more than I could handle. So,
well, I mean, the guy who drew Deadpool and all the stuff like in the 90s, his name's Rob Liefeld.
Okay.
He couldn't draw feet.
No, hands and feet are some of the hardest things to draw.
Well, it's because of foreshortening. I mean, you got to get the right scale.
Proportion is everything.
And then, the closer it is to you, the bigger it has to be. Most people don't get that.
No, that's right.
But
So
you could draw all these characters, but you couldn't draw feet.
Would not be that. That's why I draw mittens and socks.
That's one way around it.
That's one way around it. It's always winter where I am because they're always wearing mittens and socks.
Well, I could draw like Rick and Morty characters.
Oh, okay.
And they only have a couple of fingers anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think 3 or 4 fingers is kind of the typical animated thing. Like when you think of the Flintstones and whatever, they only ever had 3 fingers and a thumb.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And like 3 toes, 3 or 4 toes.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I think I need to go take something for this cold that I'm coming down with. I can just feel itchy. It's getting itchier and itchier as I go. So I am going to beg off and say thank you for coming and just having this little chat. It was nice.
I'm sorry. I'm
Sometimes you
sorry I
don't
didn't
want to.
see it sooner.
Oh, no, no, no. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. No, at least there was somebody to talk to. You and Crystal, and I've got Misha in the chat, and Indigo's been here.
Ned,
So, yeah, Ned's here. Yeah. Alrighty. Have a good night. I will
You
talk
too.
to you on the 22nd. Misha has promised she will be there. And we're going to talk about agoraphobia. And that is a condition I am not super familiar with.
Oh,
So
I
it will be a
am.
real education for me to be able to learn about what's going on there. So
I had like 3 girlfriends with it.
really, wow.
Mm.
You just like the homebodies.
Well, I like staying at home more than like
Oh.
going out. I mean, I've been ever since the pandemic, I really don't leave my house all that much.
Yeah,
And
that's a lot of people now.
well, I'm trying to get enough money so
Mm.
I can get like a camper van type of deal.
Mhm.
It's a Class B. It's a little bit longer than a regular van. But it has like a bathroom in it, shower, bed, kitchen. I mean, it's bigger than a VW van. So I mean, it's only going to be me and maybe a dog. So
Okay, cool.
it doesn't have to be that big, right?
Right.
And I just want to spend the rest of my life traveling around all the mountains that I've seen in pictures, like Colorado and Utah and all, and gonna go up to Maine and all that. And yeah,
That sounds awesome. That sounds
maybe
really cool.
get a real ID and go up to Canada. Do you know that you have to go through Canada to get to Alaska?
Yes, you do. And that means you have to be very careful with your firearms because it may be legal to do certain things in the States,
But not in
but you
Canada.
cannot transfer it through Canada to get up to Alaska.
Well, a
So you have to be careful.
long gun, as long as you declare your long gun, yes.
Exactly. With any of it. As long as you declare it, they don't care. They're like, yeah,
But
we understand.
handguns are illegal in Canada. So
No, they're not.
well, you can't bring them across the border. They will take them every time. I watched
even if it's
I watched the
Border
shows.
Patrol shows.
Yep. Every time they take them. Usually they don't declare them, but even when they do declare them, they still take them.
Really? Okay.
At least the one in Canada does.
Okay. I'll have to trust you on that because I don't remember enough. It would make sense that if it wasn't declared, absolutely gone. But if it was declared, and for example, part of the problem is that you can't have the firing pin and something or other else in the same spot, or it is considered a weapon right then and there. Well, so if you had in one suitcase the firing pin, in the other suitcase you had all your ammunition, and you declared it, that might work, but I don't know for sure.
Well, I mean, gun without a firing pin is just basically a prop.
Exactly. No, but like you take the firing pin out and put it somewhere else.
Yeah,
like
but that's
in
not
your baggage.
That's not as easy as it sounds.
Oh, come on.
It'd be easier taking a hammer out than it would be just the firing pin.
Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go and take something for my throat. I will talk to you all later, and I will see you, Misha, on the 22nd. Yes, the 22nd. And I will see the rest of you to talk about this difficult. Any phobia, we could make fun of it, but it's
I wish
difficult.
I could say it's a fun topic, but alas, it is
exactly. Not. Yeah, no, it's not fun. And we will be definitely taking it with all the seriousness that that it deserves. So I will see you all later and have a great evening. Thanks for joining me.